Today's topic is the inbox impact, how Flex MLS subscriptions elevate your email game. So what we're going to do is go over first how to add those contacts into your contact management system in Flex MLS, and then go ahead and create those subscription emails based off your custom searches that you've set up for them. So first things first, I'm going to go into my menu and find my contact management option right here. You've probably got some more contacts than I do. I only got a couple, but here you can add in a subscription email that's going to be going out automatically to your client list. So instead of going in and finding those listings for them each time, you can do that, and you can use that quick link option to email or text a link to them. That's a great option. But if they want something on a regular basis sent out to them, we can set that up, and it saves work on your end, and it really makes an impact for your client. So if I haven't added my contact in yet, I can do that here in contact management. Let's say I need to add in someone I just started working with. I'll put their email in and click on Quick Add. That adds them to my list. And then right here, I can go to my Searches and Subscription tab. And right now there's nothing added, they're brand new, but I can set up all that information in here. Once I do that, I've got them here in my list. And for any of these contacts, I can go in, I can edit their details, but also look and see if any subscriptions have been added. I can see what their search parameters are if they have a question about that real quick, or if I need to make some adjustments, I can see that they're from this menu, which is really helpful. And what I'm going to do is first I can add a saved subscription or a saved search, associate that with my seller or my buyer. And here I can see all the searches that I have saved, which we went over in our previous webinar. Hopefully you've seen that one as well. Attach that to this client. And next I'm going to set up the subscription. So this is going to say who it's going to, how often, and all that good stuff. So let's do that now. So this is my subscription. I'm going to give this one a name. We'll just say this is a new residential, and say it's in the greater Springfield market area. So give it a name. It could be associated with a client name or your saved search, whatever criteria that works for you, that you're going to recognize what that is. Next option you have is who is this going to go to? You could set up a subscription to go to yourself. So that may be really helpful if you want to stay on top of, instead of going in and pulling that saved search manually, you can have it sent to your email. So when you start your day in the morning, you've got the email there to see everything that's new on the market in areas that you're looking at. So you can send it to yourself, a selected contact, or both right here by checking and unchecking the boxes. This option is send an email when a contact clicks the link. So say you've sent out your subscription email to your client and you want to know, have they clicked into it yet today? So you would get an email notification letting you know they have clicked the link. If you have a whole lot of those set up and a lot of those opted in, there may be a whole lot of emails clogging up your inbox, so keep that in mind. But you can always go in and then uncheck that box if you're getting too many of those emails. Next, let's take a look here. Contacts, I have my client here. I'm a seller, but I can add in multiple contacts per subscription. So maybe there's several people that want to receive this, or maybe several people on my team. I want them to get this information as well. Next up, we're going to look at the schedule. So this determines when you or your client is going to receive this email. And it just kind of depends on your client's needs, what they want to receive. You could set up weekly on certain days. or you could set it up monthly on a particular day of the month, say the first of the month, mid-month, whichever meets their needs. Lastly, you do have an option for ASAP. So as soon as possible, that means anytime there's a listing status change, say back on market, or a new listing that meets their search criteria, within minutes, your client will receive an email coming from you and get it in their hands as soon as possible to review. So that's something else to keep in mind as well. If you have a really broad search for a client that brings up a lot of search results, that may be giving them too many emails every day. And maybe you only want to set it then to go once a day. Or you might try narrowing your search criteria so that there's more of a tailored result in your search and they're getting those ASAP. Lastly, this is the email template. So this is the email body and subject that they're actually going to receive from you. It's coming from Flex MLS, the system, but it looks like it's coming from you. So you're keeping that, that contact, that engagement with these clients. So here's your subject line, and then the body of your email. I can say, here's some new listings to check out, know what you think, add my signature, etc. We do recommend that you keep it pretty generic, quick to read, clear, and friendly. So it's going to be the same email body that goes out with every subscription email. If you have something you've come up with that you like, you can also save this as an email template so that you can keep reusing the same template and not have to set it up every time with each new subscription. And I do want to back up and look at this enable preview mode real quick. So when it's unchecked, your email subscription is going to be based off your search results, and it's going to go out to the client without any kind of moderation. If you want to go in and say, hey, is this really going to be meeting my client's needs, their search criteria, you have the option to enable preview mode, which lets you moderate which listings are included in the subscription email. So you will get notified when there's one to approve, and you can go listing by listing, click approve or reject. And you can do that in bulk as well if you have a lot of results, and really tailor that to your client before they receive that. Once you've approved or rejected all the listings in the search, then it will automatically then go to your client. And lastly, there's a save button right here down at the end. You want to make sure that you click on save. One thing to note with your subscriptions is that you can always go back and edit these. So you'll see those in the Flex MLS menu. And by going to subscriptions, here's my active subscription that I just created. And I can click these three dots, which is the more menu. And here I can edit or delete the subscription if I'm done with it. So the next step, once you have created this and associated it with one of your clients, it's really important to communicate to them that they will be getting an email from you, and there's a link to opt in. They've got to opt in to receiving the emails sent from Flex MLS. Otherwise, with all the emails that Flex sends, they would end up getting on a spam list and nobody would get the emails. So it's really important to let your clients know that they need to click that link to opt into receiving the emails before they will get those subscriptions. That link is valid for up to 3 months. So they've got a while to go in and do that. So if they miss the email, have them check their spam folder. It might have gone there, and they can go in, pull up that email, and then opt into receiving them. There is a way to rescind that email invitation, and we'll go over that here in just a little bit. But it's really important to let them know to expect that emails come in. You can also set up this process. I do want to mention a lot of people do use the Flex MLS mobile app. You can also do this from your mobile app. So while you're out and about, you're on the go and you meet somebody that you want to add to your client list, you can do that from the mobile app by going to the clients tab or contacts tab, put in their contact information. It's very quick by clicking add. And then there's a button that says send invite. And what's great about that is you're still right in front of that person. You can verify with them, have you received that email? They can look and say yes, and you can make sure that they have clicked that button to opt in to receiving your contacts. So you've sent the email. How do you know whether your client has opted in or not? Or maybe they say they have, but they're not receiving emails. You probably want to check on that just to make sure that they have clicked that link. And there is a report you'll want to reference. So go to your menu, and it is called opt-in status. So here you've got all your tabs here. You can also see this information from your contact management if you go to their information, but to see this report all together of everybody that's pending or confirmed or opted out, you can view that here on this report. And because I don't have any contacts that I'm working with, I've got some screenshots here, and I want to give you a little closer look at what this looks like. So the first tab is the summary tab. This is going to give you an overview of the number of contacts in each of these statuses. And then each of these is going to dive in and give you a little bit more information. The pending opt-in tab, it is going to give you a list of contacts who've been sent an email opt-in but have not yet clicked the link to confirm their email address. Until they click that link, they're not going to get listing updates. So you may want to click here, the resend request button, if they have not been able to locate that email. And I say that because you can only resend the request one time. So it's really important to probably call them or let them know that you're going to be sending that email and that you're going to be resending it, and it's important to opt in at that time. Next is your undeliverable tab. So this shows contacts where that email invitation was not delivered, and that could have happened for a variety of reasons. Maybe the address doesn't exist. There was a typo when they gave it to you or when you typed it in. Maybe that client's email server marked it as spam and they didn't get it. It could just be an error with the client's email provider, or their mailbox could be full. So if that's the case, you should instruct them to clear their email box, or they can provide you with an alternative email address. This is the confirm tab. So this is showing everyone who has confirmed their email address and are now receiving listing updates by email. It will show you again that they're confirmed here in last column, last click into the subscription email. So you can actually see the last time that they received it and also clicked into it to view those listings. This is the opted out tab. So to comply with email regulations, they do have the option to opt out of receiving these emails. So this is everyone that has decided to do that. Sometimes a client may opt out on accident and not have realized that's why they're not receiving the emails. So you can see that here in this list. And again, you've got that option with the button to resend the invitation so they can go in and opt in again. Lastly, you've got the inactive tab. So these are maybe subscriptions that have expired. So the subscription you've set up will be sent to your client indefinitely unless they have not clicked into that email for over a year, for 13 months. If they haven't clicked into it, then it's automatically going to go into the inactive status. I do want to mention too, you can deactivate these for a time. So maybe your client says, I need something's going on. We thought we were ready to go start looking at homes, but we need to hold off for a few months. You don't have to start from scratch. So that's good to know that you can go into your contact management and then deactivate your contact, which is going to suspend the subscription email, but it's going to preserve all those settings. So if their search criteria is going to be the same, you don't have to go in and then set it all up again from scratch. You've got all that information saved there, and when they're ready, then you can reactivate your contact and those emails will start up again. Again, you can also delete the subscription. So let's pop back over real quick into the subscriptions themselves. And you can click in and delete the subscription. Like I said, they're going to stay active until you delete them and keep sending out to these contacts. I do want to point out too that you can have multiple contacts for active subscriptions. So maybe there's a more broader or general search that may apply to a lot of people. You could set up a subscription for every single contact, but if that applies to more than one, why make it harder for yourself? You can add multiple contacts into an existing subscription email. And you can have up to 200 email addresses per active subscriptions. So you could reach a lot, have a wide reach a lot of people. This could work for, offices or teams as well, to get those automatic updates without even having to log into Flex MLS. So right here, again, that's where you would add those in and or remove them. You can remove from this tab as well. So if you have any questions about, subscriptions, adding and managing your contacts, we invite you to please email us at support@gsbr.com. Our staff is available also by live chat or phone. Andy's popped up our contact information here. So any questions about that, our staff is more than happy to get you pointed in the right direction and get you started managing those emails. So thank you everyone for joining us again, and have a great rest of your day.